Georgia, Tormenta. The goalkeeper, number 28, Anton Wyden. Defenders, number 12, Peyton Erickson. Number 15, Casey Osborne. Number 16, Aaron Blackstock. Number 44, Io Sosu. Midfielders, number 14, Jordan Liu. Number 19, Reed Norton. And number 21, Jad
Once we get
Arslan.
started, I may have to give you mine.
Tormenta forwards are number 7, Kieran Roberts.
She took the extra one.
Number 13, Trenton Whiteley.
Oh, you got 8.
And number 23, Sam Loss.
That mic is loud.
Head coach is Ben Freakley. Assistant is Michael Chesler. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Tormenta FC would like to thank some of its
It is a
sponsors.
Soccer Friday night here in Statesboro, Georgia, as Tormenta FC hosts Peachtree City in the very first game between two Georgia rivals in the PDL. And we're thrilled you could join us, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. Drew Felios alongside Mundo Rodriguez. Should be a great one in the very first game in what should be an awesome rivalry, Eddie, in years to come.
That's right, Drew. Two of the PDL teams, of course, from the state of Georgia. Two new franchises. Both teams looking to make a mark in this PDL league.
All right, we saw Tormenta FC a couple weeks ago in a 3-0 loss to the Carolina Dynamo. There have been some adjustments in the lineup tonight. How are they going to be different on the field?
It's pretty simple, Drew. One of the things they failed to do was to create chances, especially out of the back. Not a lot of shots for today. Coach Brain Freakley talked about being a little more dynamic out of the back. They're going to push the lines a little bit. New number 9, new target forward. So for them, it's all about creating and try to get some chances early in this game.
That's the approach on offense. On defense, also want to shore that up as well. But Io Sosu was the best player on the field a couple weeks ago. He should be stellar again tonight.
He was so dynamic. His number 1 priority, defend. He did that so well that he had enough time to go forward. He had some great crosses. We're looking for him to do that again, especially out of the back when you can have the plus player, of course, for him. He's going to be on mark. He's got great lung capacity, VO2 max. Look for him to go up and down and get some great crosses.
On the other side, Peachtree City playing their 6th game, but every single game has been on the road. A difficult task for a team in their very first year. When we come back, it's the kickoff. Tormenta FC taking on Peachtree City. We've got it for you live from Statesboro.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Underway here in Statesboro. Tormenta with an early chance, attacking immediately as Norton tries to get behind the defense. Recovered well, though, by Peachtree City. The MOBA coming in at 1-4-0 here tonight.
That's right, Drew. Keep an eye on 19, Reed Norton. We talk about, Tormenta FC playing with a new number 9. He's that guy today. Great forward. He's got the ability to hold the ball. As we see a counter on the other side.
Should see a very fast tempo tonight and a shot opportunity as Jarun tries to shake free for Peachtree City. Had a chance to talk to head coach Jordan David from the visiting team before the game. He said this is going to be a huge game in terms of our development. Keep in mind they've played 5 games. Tormenta's only played 2.
And that's a great point you bring up. You said it in the intro. They played every single game on the road. What does that mean for them? It's so hard to get points. It's so hard for them to establish their system of play. They haven't played at home. And, of course, tonight they're playing this beautiful facility, every bit of 120 of length by 80 wide. So for them, it's about knocking the ball around. You see them doing so out of the back. So it's all about, can they do it quick? Can they establish their system of play early in this half?
Adam Shikali settling things for Peachtree City. Now they work out of the right corner. Time and space, but it closes quickly as Tormenta's defense going to try and make the MOBA uncomfortable when they have the ball here tonight.
That's right, the closes space right away. Whiteley coming out of the back. And this is one of the things that Tormenta does so well. They steal the ball. Now they're going to take their time. And here we go with a long ball looking for Norton, the number 9, holding the ball on top.
So both teams going to that long ball early. Norton now, the nice pass, an early chance, and nearly a goal that would have been the first of the season for Tormenta, but a great save made by the goalie, Jeremy Booth.
What a great ball in the middle from Reed Norton, looking for that second post. He's using that sweet left foot once again. He hit that ball to the far post. The ball came down with a great chance. I think that was number 23 with that shot, Sam Lofts, who went near post, and the goalkeeper with a great save.
First corner kick of the game. Lots of traffic in there inside the box, and it is won by Peachtree City. So Tormenta, it's got to be encouraging, Eddie, after a game where they did not have many chances against Carolina, threatening here early.
That's right, and right away in this first half, they had 2 right away.
Another ball in the danger zone. Booth could not get his hands on it, and now Tormenta will continue to control it deep.
And of course, that new target forward is Kieran Roberts. My mistake, I was talking about Jordan out of the back. Actually, Norton Reed, who's playing that defensive center mid, like that number 6. But of course, Robert on top, wearing that number 7, is going to play as the number 9 on the field, holding and posting up on top. He does a good ball, checking into the gaps, as we see him right here looking for that ball.
This ball's kicked out, but that is the big adjustment tonight, Eddie. Kieran Roberts getting the start for Nikolai Hammer. They're both forwards. Roberts is the Englishman who has been very impressive the first month of the season.
Well, he's great in the ball, when he goes up for headers, but he can hold the ball, he can post up. Their number 1 priority, especially when you talk about that big target forward, it's that. Can you hold the ball? Can you wait for midfielders to make runs? And then you can play the ball off of them. That's something Nikolai Hammer wasn't able to do the first game here at home.
Both teams playing at a furious pace here early. Sam Lofts now with the cross, and Tormenta showing some threat, as that nearly was another great chance. Whiteley had some space.
That's right, and Whiteley was trying to play that ball behind. That's what you want to do. You want to connect with the 1-2s right around the 18 so you can make that penetrating pass on the ground, looking for the space behind the defense. You can see how flat the Peachtree defense is. They're playing with that semi-flat back 4, doing a good job adjusting the lines, but you cannot give the space behind.
Here in the 5th minute, you can clearly see how the adjustments early, even this early in the game, have paid off. This is a much more active team than we saw a couple weeks ago from Tormenta.
I used the word dynamic during the intro, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to be a little more dynamic, going from the back, going forward, through the middle if possible, and if not, go to the outside, look for that target forward, and try to create some chances.
Ball awarded to the MOBA. Peachtree City, they want to work in groups tonight, be efficient, make the most of their chances.
And on the other hand, as you mentioned, Drew, the MOBA coming up with a little more of a defensive scheme. They're playing with that 4-5 across the middle and only 1 post up forward. And of course, I'm speaking to that number 15, Omar Karoun, playing on top. For them, it's about getting on point on the road. For them, it's about not giving up any early goals, trying to establish your system of play once again. I mentioned that already. For them is, can you put 4 or 5 passes together, and can you be successful?
Second whistle of the game. Now it'll belong to Tormenta. In case you're wondering, Peachtree City and Statesboro about 3 hours away from each other if you drive in a car. If you drive, Eddie, about 2 hours.
About 2:15, right?
Keep him high, keep him high. Keep him high.
Of course, both teams from the state of Georgia, you know, new to the PDL system. So it's great promise for all those, you know, great clubs in the Atlanta area. A lot of good soccer in the Atlanta area. And of course, here in town as we have the state finals. State Cup goes underway tomorrow.
Yeah, Georgia State Cup weekend. We'll be talking a lot about that throughout the next couple hours here, but that's why there's a little bit extra buzz in the stadium tonight as so many of the athletes taking part in that great event are here witnessing this game in the PDL.
Right away, Trenton Wiley just making himself available. Good job by Tormenta knocking the ball around. And that's pretty much one of the differences between this game and the last one. They were not able to keep the ball, especially in the attacking third. That's where they struggle, and that's one of the reasons they were not able to create some chances, not clear chances at that.
Alex Rodolini, defenseman. They'll send it back now to Booth, and he will reset things for Peachtree City. 2 new franchises in the PDL battling each other for the first time tonight, and it's another reason why, Eddie, this sport is just exploding in the state of Georgia.
Oh, that's a good idea. Trying to switch the point of attack there to the far post. Doesn't quite get through. That was Arslan trying to chip the ball. Doesn't quite get enough.
Good contact there right at midfield, and we'll finally see a whistle. As you saw flying in the air, Peyton Erickson out of South Carolina.
Yeah, that's a late tackle. I'm surprised he's not going to draw the first booking, because he was just late. No intention there. Oh, there he goes. Spoke too soon. There you have it, the first yellow card. And it should have been a card. He's just late. That's not the kind of tackle you want to be late to, because it's so easy to hurt someone. Great job by the referee, give him credit. He was only a few steps behind. He must have heard me, though. He pulls the first yellow, and it should have been a yellow.
Now, Peyton Erickson, one of those players, Eddie, that will just throw his body all over the field, not afraid to tackle or take a tackle as he did right there.
Absolutely. We know that it's about sacrificing your own body for the sake of the team. He does so, and a great steal right there.
That's Sosu making it happen for the first time tonight. Gets a shot on goal, and Booth with the save.
We talked about, Drew, the ability of Sosu to go out of the back. There we see him steal this ball right on top of the 18. Unfortunately, he took the touch to his right foot, not his predominantly left-footed leg that he loves to take shots from. So took a good shot from right outside. Doesn't quite get enough. Great idea, however, going forward.
Higher, higher.
Jaron Roberts asking for that foul. So you have the big man on top with a little Jack Colton, just with a little bit of a pull. You see the referee there. Side didn't call it. It's going to happen. One of the things you might want to do too slow, especially when you're playing against a really fast forward. All you got to do is get in his way, slow him down a little bit. And of course, if you're going to pull the jersey, Drew, you got to make sure the referee or the linesman doesn't see you.
Kept alive by Arslan now as he tries to chase it. Peachtree City has not been able to really possess. They've been outplayed here in the opening minutes by the home team.
That's right, and one of the reasons being is that Tormenta FC closes the space so fast. As soon as they lose the ball, and you and I spoke to Coach Brent Felica 2 weeks ago, he talked about defensive scheme right off the bat. He's going to play defense, he's going to win the ball, and he's always talking about winning that second ball when you lose the first one.
Well, for Peachtree City, expect to see 11 Bryson Asher and number 23 Johnny Evans, the attacking mids, Eddie. That's where the offense is expected to come from for the MOBA.
Yeah, they love to use the outside. They knock the ball around in the middle, they explode the outside and then try to go at you.
So Asher there getting a foot on it, but Tormenta quickly wins it right back. Jad Arslan, youngster out of West Virginia.
There's that speed that we're talking about. Look at that counter. Great ball into the space.
Trying to not make it an offside, and that shot into the side of the net. Boy, a great idea that time by Tormenta, but Eddie just a foot offline.
Absolutely great one-time finish by Reed Norton. Once again, great run, and that's where it starts. He made that run into the space. Great filter ball on the ground. Not able to go far post. He went near and just barely missed that far post.
Showed great patience. Didn't need to avoid the offsides. Just couldn't finish.
Well, it's the timing overall. By the time he was in, even though it looks from here he was up, but by the time the midfielder touched the ball, he was onside clearly. And you're right, good composure just by not hitting the ball over. He waited. He tried to go near post. However, the goalkeeper did a good job. He was just closing that gap, closing that angle.
Tormenta now will possess Arian Blackstock, defender from Mercer, getting the start tonight. You look at this lineup compared to what we saw a couple weeks ago. The only guys that are consistent are the goalie, Anton Wyden, Ayo Sosu, and you've also got Peyton Erickson still starting. Aside from that, this is nearly an entirely different starting lineup.
Of course, when you talk about some of the new midfielders, Lou, Arslan, Reed Norton, he was there, but even Wiley and Lofts, they're doing a great job because you can tell they want to play. You get to start the first time, especially at home. You know, we had a great crowd, but now they're making the best out of it, being dynamic once again. Look at this run out of the back.
Arslan puts his hands up in the air, expected a whistle, did not get it. We play on. And now coming back, it's Johnny Evans, the midfielder.
Look how quick. As soon as they lose the ball, they get it back. Now they can freeze it in the back. They can knock it around. Wait for the other team to settle. That's pretty much has been the difference in this game, Drew. The ability to go forward as quick as they can as soon as they win the ball. That's what we call a quick counterattack.
And now Tormenta, you just get the sense that first goal is not too far away. Another shot there, sails just a few feet above the goal, but you gotta love the striking ability.
That's a great look by Sam Lofts. Collected the ball on the left, took it inside. It was about 35 out. You just let it once go. You know, it's good because you want to test the goalkeeper. Just let it go. See if he's awake. You might be able to put that ball far post, and you never know. It might just go in the back of the net.
Eddie, you mentioned the Georgia State Cup this weekend. All the hotels booked here in Statesboro. If you're coming to town, you're still looking for a hotel, guess what? You're out of luck.
You are out of luck. State Cup, and of course, we know that Georgia is a great state for soccer. A lot of good clubs in the area, not only around the metro Atlanta area, but even around here.
Also Copa America all over the country. The sport really featured over the next few weeks. It is going to be really, really extraordinary.
That's right. You're talking about 19 national teams all the way through South America, North America as well, U.S., Mexico, Canada. And of course, you're talking about some of the great powerhouses like Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Chile. Great tournament to future the game of soccer.
Jack Colton trying to put it in striking range. And Peachtree City with the cross. The header is just off to the left. Great idea by the visitors. And that was nearly 1-0.
I'll tell you what, Bryson Asher with a lot of time right on top of the box. Great cross right around the penalty spot. Nobody around him. He had time to actually get up, and he tried to go far post, just not enough. He over-rotated with a header. And of course, Tormenta with a lucky break here. That could have been the 1-0. Peachtree with a clear header right inside the 16.
And Tormenta went down to an early goal, 1-0 to Carolina a couple weeks ago. Never really recovered from that, so they want to make sure, Eddie, I think that they strike first tonight. They don't want to go down in this game.
That's right. You and I got to witness how much harder it was to try to come back from that 1-0 deficit. You know, they struggled. They couldn't put things together, and especially before you know it, we were in the last 5 minutes of the game, one down, you know, and of course they couldn't come back and, you know, put the equalizer.
So a free kick, and this one is given a ride. Now Trenton Whiteley, as the ball takes a bad hop, and Peachtree City now will control. There's Alex Podoloni. Podoloni has been active here early. He wears number 13 for Peachtree City. Good battle going on with Blackstock. Another whistle.
Just great battle. You can tell the intensity right from both teams, just getting the ball. In this case was Casey Osborne out of the back. He actually placed on the right for Tormenta FC. Another fullback who loves to go forward. Between him and Zosu on the left, that's just a pair to be reckoned with, because you don't know where they're going to come from, right? They love to go forward, great on the ball. They both can strike a ball. And that's pretty much the advantage of sending your fullbacks out of the attack.
Our officials tonight, Alexander Zelyaskov, he is the head official on the sidelines. Matthew Jackson and David Jai. Our fourth official is Larry Pachon. So Peachtree City, they've had just a few opportunities, but they've nearly converted them into goals. If you're scoring time of possession here, it's a landslide. Tormenta FC has controlled the ball from the outset.
What a difference in one game, right? You and I did the last game, and the game was pretty much the other way around, where Tormenta couldn't put 4 or 5 passes together. Today, it's pretty much the opposite, and that's what you want to see out of the back, especially the first 20, 30 minutes. Can you keep the ball? Can you build out of the back? And if it's not on, you don't have to go forward. You can play that negative ball, switch the point of attack, and then start again.
So difficult for an expansion team in their first season to find that right mix of talent. It's not just getting the best players and putting them on the field. It's the ones that communicate the most effectively, the ones that work together the best.
It's a lot of things, Drew, as you mentioned. Not only the tactical and technical aspect of the game, but what about the physical? You and I talked about the intensity of this game so far, and can you find the right combination? You know, we pretty much are looking at what? Pretty much a brand new team, except for 3 or 4 players that actually started the last game. So you're talking about a whole entire system here. Same system, just different personnel. And you got to find the right match. Can you get it done?
Good battle going on here now. Peachtree City. Taku, the midfielder. Now working from the right side. Ayu Sosu will get whistled there, and he may get a yellow card, looks like, as he went for the tackle. We'll see.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that tackle. Although he did get a ball, he should not get a yellow. Referee having a word with them.
Good sportsmanship shown right there.
Well, that's good. You want to make sure you don't draw the first yellow. But you're right, though, when it comes down to finding the right chemistry on the field, after all, Drew, let's not forget, Tormenta hasn't scored yet. We're waiting for that first goal. We're waiting for that right combination. And, of course, a question for everybody here at the stadium and you and I, who's going to get it done? Who's the one who's going to step up to the plate and finally get it done? Put the first one in the back of the net.
Jack Colton with the free kick. And now they let it loose. The MOBA had the right mix. This one shot from dead on, but just a little bit too much foot on it, and it sails high out of bounds.
Yeah, Colton gets under that ball, left-footed in-swinger. Doesn't quite just put enough, sip on the ball. He was trying to go far post, a little bit too high. Tormenta defender just able to clear the ball out of the back. And I tell you, Drew, one player that was on last time for this Tormenta FC was the goalkeeper, Antoine. He was just on. Not a lot of work today, so let's hope they keep it that way defensively. But, he's a type of goalkeeper that he's going to be there for you no matter what. He made some great saves. It was 3-0, but it could have been more.
Keep in mind, if you're watching right now, this game postponed about 90 minutes because of a weather delay. Thunderstorm started at about 6:45 and continued for a little over an hour. But we are back playing as the other shot goes just a little bit to the left. But after the rain, the bad weather, the field still looks in pristine condition. Eddie had a chance to go out on the field before the game. How did it feel?
Oh, great facilities. You talk about draining properly. The field must have taken at least 2 inches of water, and it looks like nothing happened. But you're right, Tormenta has to be careful. That shot right outside from Casey Schultes had enough time to tee it up, brought the ball down, took a long range shot. Of course, the field's wet, so when you want to strike the ball, you want to make sure it skips right in front of the goalkeeper, giving the goalie great difficulty to pick the ball up. A high kick, the referee doesn't call it. Courtesy of Trenton Whiteley. He's been kind of quiet in this first half. He likes to operate out of the right mid for Tormenta.
Now it's Rodolini. Intercepted there by Casey Osborne. He gets Tormenta FC into a groove now. Reed Norton attacking from the right side. There's the cross and nearly the perfect pass. It rolled just off the foot.
And that's the kind of play you want to see. Great ball by Reed Norton into the space, right in that corner as the ball gets crossed. You want to play that ball behind. There we see it. Look at this diagonal run. Nobody far post. Two of the Tormenta players with a great run to the near post, but nobody in the back. But I'll tell you though, that's how you're going to score. You got to get the ball out wide, take a touch inside, diagonal run. Here's Norton again with our left foot.
Well, the big emphasis this week for Tormenta was that final third, the transition from the middle third to the final third, Eddie. They want to perfect that, and there you saw right there, it nearly transpired into a goal.
You're absolutely right, but not only was it a great pass, but what about the runs? Somebody made a near post run, somebody's got to go to the middle, and the other one's got to go far. You have to be disciplined enough to know your role and make your run, because, Drew, you and I know that should have been a tap-in, far post.
Little plays like that, hopefully as the season goes along, will start to convert for Tormenta. Here in the 22nd minute, Statesboro, Georgia, Irk Russell Park, Tormenta FC in the navy blue. Peachtree City in the gold. That ball sails out of bounds. Casey Osborne will throw it in, still no score.
Yeah, that's not the way you're gonna beat Casey Osborne. He's got tremendous pace. So anything over the top, he's gonna be able to get back.
Arslan tried to get it to Roberts, was intercepted. And now Peachtree City will counter. Casey Schultes, the forward, controlling right now.
I see Peachtree doing a better job just knocking the ball around, trying to find the seams, trying to find the gaps. There's one, switching the point of attack. And for them, Drew, it's gonna become a patience game. Can they just stay patient and trying to find that last ball in the attacking third?
Sosu with the interception, but he is so light on his feet defensively for Tormenta.
And so quick, so effective as well. Always ahead of the competition. You can tell he's thinking ahead. He knows what he's going to do with the ball before he gets the ball.
Arian Blackstock inserted into the starting lineup tonight. He's from Mercer. Here's another dangerous ball. Tormenta with the shot, and it's just a little bit high. Great idea. That time for Sam Lofts.
Outstanding, played into the corner for Sam. Watch this great ball. He brings it down, waiting for the goalkeeper to come out. He just chipped the ball just a little bit too high. That's the kind of ball, Drew, that you just want to just dink it to the far post. But once again, great ball, though. I think I was Casey Osborne playing the ball. Actually, I was Arslan playing that through ball. And, of course, great run by Sam Lofts. That's the kind of run. You want to make that run from the outside in, therefore beating the defender without even touching the ball.
Not only that final third pass, but also putting balls into threatening areas. We've seen that several times in this first half from Tormenta FC.
That's right. The other thing you're gaining is you're splitting what we call splitting the gap. So with one ball, you're beating two defenders because you split the gap, you play the ball right in, between the seams right there. And of course, once you have a teammate making that great run, that diagonal run, it's a lethal combination.
Schultes will try and run it down. He'll work from the corner. Defender is there from Tormenta, and he wins it. Casey Osborne gets it out, and it's the one-on-one battles like that so far Tormenta has been able to win.
Well, like I said, Drew, you're not going to beat Osborne one-on-one down the line. He's got the speed. He's so dynamic. He's so strong. So your only bet is trying to go 2v1 or trying to cross the ball early because you're not going to get behind him. You see the high kick in the back, courtesy of Jack Colton, Peachtree defender.
The motto for Tormenta FC is the pros start here. So many of these young players with MLS aspirations and other players World Cup aspirations. They want to be the best possible players that they can, Eddie, and the experience that they get from playing in this league, just invaluable.
That's right. Well, this is where you start seeing the tempo of the game. This is where you start playing against better competition throughout the league. So this is where you learn that you got to be on 24/7.
Peachtree City trying to get some momentum on their side as a whistle and a player down. just past the midfield line and getting up slowly. That is number 12, Solomon Lorenzano, and there we see a card.
That's Lofts. He draws the yellow. Yeah, he's just a little bit late, but of course, referee close enough. There we see it again. Ball goes to the outside, and he just comes from behind with a slide tackle, just a little bit late. And the problem with that tackle is that you go cleats up, meaning that once you lift your leg and the referee can see your cleats, that's considered a dangerous play. You can actually hurt someone, and of course, that's why he drew the yellow card.
So free kick for the MOBA. Backing up now is Taku.
Quick reset for Peachtree.
Give this one a ride, and it's going to fly high over the box. And it will be a goal kick for Tormenta FC.
Drew, that falls under the category of set pieces. If you are Peachtree, then of course you're not having your way right now. You got to make sure you take care of the ball on set pieces, meaning when the ball's on the ground, corner kicks, free kicks, and you cannot afford to waste them like in this chance right here. They played out of the back, and before you know it, the ball's out of bounds. Of course, advantage to Tormenta FC.
Another whistle. This one will belong to Tormenta. Kieran Roberts, who got the start tonight, has not been tremendously active so far, but we will see him and call his name often throughout the night. He is expected to play about 60 minutes here in this second home game.
Well, I'll tell you, Kieran Roberts, no stranger of sacrificing his body up front. We know him to be a physical player. And you're right, he's looking to do anywhere from 60 to 70 minutes, depending on how active he gets.
Tough play here. You saw Booth, the goalie, fly up and knock it out.
Great ball into the box, forcing the goalkeeper, Jeremy Booth, to come out. That's what you want out of a 50-50 ball. If you can force the goalkeeper to come out, you're also trying to force an error. If he misses the ball, try to punch the ball out of bounds, and just see this tackle from behind. Ayo Sosu gets taken down. If there's the guy you're not going to beat it with speed, it's that guy right there.
Yeah, he is tremendous. Sosu, former player for the Rochester Rhinos in the USL, 3 years professional experience, as determined as they come, and you can bet, Eddie, he wants to once again return to that level of play.
Absolutely. That's the guy who's had a chance to go to the next level. He knows what it's like to go to work every day as a professional.
Here's Whiteley waiting for some help, and this is going to be kicked out, so it will be a corner kick for Tormenta. That's a great job by Trenton Whiteley.
Absolutely. He was able to draw the corner, and this is when you got to take care of the ball right here. Set piece, as you can see, Tormenta taking their time. They're going to do a set piece, of course. Number 21, always on the ball. Arslan, he's got the sweet right foot. He's going to go in swinger. Look for this to be a set piece. You and I have been in the locker room with Coach Ben Freakley, always drawing up plays. Dangerous ball. That could have been a handball in the box.
Arslan could not get it up in the air. Whiteley now settles. They'll send it back inside, and Jeremy Booth will come out and grab it for Peachtree City.
Right, Kieran Roberts doesn't quite get to that near post run. He's just lurking right around the penalty spot. Ever so dangerous. He's one of those players always looking for that tap in, right? Typical number 9, typical forward. As they say, Drew, all the goals count the same. Whether you tap it in or just knock it in from 30 out.
You would think the best chance for Tormenta to get that first goal would come through a set piece. That's also something they've been working tirelessly on over the past few weeks as that ball sails out. Rodoloni could not control. And now Tormenta gets another chance.
You're right, but if there's one of the things you can count on this team, and of course, we talk about the tactical and mental discipline by Coach Freakley, it's that. The fact that this team is very well coached. They're going to take their time. Whatever they're going to do, whether it's possess the ball or trying to be a little more direct, they're going to get it done. And I know the coach, and he works tirelessly. They put time and so much time in practice, attention to detail. So trust me, whether it's tonight, they'll get it done.
Yeah, there was so much hoopla, so much pageantry for that home game a couple weeks ago that drew over 3,000 fans. Very emotional moment. for the players and everybody involved in this franchise, but just get the sense talking to Coach Freakley and company that this week they really want a win. It is time to score goals and win games, period.
That's right. It is time to get it done. The referee looking for Casey Osborne twice. He's called him. And, of course, Osborne is watch the ability to get back. And, of course, yeah, he takes him down. However, give him credit, though, however, for just getting back. Did he get a card? I think he did draw the yellow. Chance right here for Ryan King to put it in place. Peachtree on another set piece.
So now Ryan King, Peachtree City, sets up to the right of the goal after the penalty by Casey Osborne. Keep an eye on Anton Wyden in the net for Tormenta FC. This is a great ball. Wyden punches it out. It leaves a dead-on shot, but the defense comes to help. There's Wyden again getting a hand on it as he saves it, and that's the first spectacular save he's made tonight.
I'll tell you what, we talked about Antoine being so on the first game. Here's he does it again. Great job coming out. The player Peachtree right outside, and once that was going in the back of the net. Wyden Anton just gets low, gets quick. Ball goes out for a corner kick. Once again, saving Tormenta FC.
Yeah. 45. Okay, 45, just making sure.
This corner again dangerous. Tormenta gets another great play by their goalie. So Wyden makes back-to-back plays. The youngster out of Young Harris College has been a tremendous presence in the box.
I'll tell you what, no matter what happens, you can count on that guy all the time, being there for you, for your team, for your defense. So composed. It's almost like nothing facing, right?
Anton of Swedish descent. Eddie, we've seen tremendous Swedish goalies on the world scene in the past. Very tough, very rugged style players.
He's definitely that type of player who doesn't mind sacrificing his body, doesn't mind diving around.
I'm not really sure. It always
provides so much leadership out of the back.
Move it to his left, but whenever I move to the right,
33rd minute, 0-0 is your score. Drew Felios and Mundo Rodriguez from Statesboro. Furious action we've seen so far here. Just get the sense it could be any minute where that first goal is going to come. But for Tormenta, it has been 200 and about 20 minutes of soccer ready, waiting for a goal. That's a lot of time on the field without scoring.
Yeah, you can tell the players wanted to, but you know what, to their credit, you got to be patient.
Nice ball in the air, got some air on it. Wyden comes out of there to break it up, but let's see if we have a penalty. It looks like we will.
We do have a penalty kick. The referee calling, he's calling Arian Blackstock on that push from behind. And of course, once again, a great chance for Wyden Anton, the goalkeeper right here, to come up huge.
Penalty kick. Peachtree City.
Ryan King is going to do the honors for Peachtree. Once again, not the way you want to start the first half for Tormenta FC. We talked about the disciplined defensive shape. And once again here, Drew, a mental mistake cost you a penalty kick.
So Ryan King gets this one squared up. Anton Wyden has come through a couple times tonight. Can he come through here? Definitely a very difficult task.
Advance, of course, Drew, always for the shooter. About 70-30 in the percentage scale.
Support from the home crowd just behind Anton Wyden. Here we go. Ryan King is denied. Rebound is no good. What a save by Anton Wyden.
Outstanding save. We talk about having the ability to have your goalkeeper coming up huge. And here it is again. He's coming up huge for Tormenta. Guessing the right way. Double save right there. And that's why he's the captain. That's why he's your leader out of the back. From the get-go, Drew, you can tell he had it.
Bryson Asher now puts it in the danger zone. Tormenta not out of the woods just yet. What a tremendous sequence there for Anton Wyden. Well, you said it, Eddie, the double save after a couple of other tremendous saves. That is what you call taking over the game right there.
That's right. Just having the ability to get low so quick for a big guy. He got low, saved the penalty kick, got up right away because the rebound was coming. And, of course, I went to Salomon Lorenzano, who had a chance to top it in, but no, Anton gets there low again for that second save. You know, there's a reason why he's the captain. There's a reason why he always keeps you in the game if you're with Tormenta FC.
So the penalty that could have spelled doom. The goalie, Anton Wyden, bails Tormenta out of it. And now Peachtree City rebounds and tries to kind of regroup another attack here. Another player goes down, and Casey Osborne a little bit frustrated right now on the field with the officiating.
Yeah, this is where the referee has to be careful. Too many little fouls here and there. This is where things can get out of hand. So if you're the referee, you got to start pulling a little bit tighter. You got to start pulling cards as well. We also have a couple of players with yellow cards.
Brian King once again to tee this one up. 37th minute, and the last few minutes have been played on this side of the field. So Peachtree City.
King always looking to go far post on that in swinger. Look for Antoine to come out. He's always right around his 6-yard line looking to come out.
MOBA able to develop a more consistent attack as this first half has gone along. Brian King. Now let's see if he's going to come off the field or just reset.
There's actually national sub, Peachtree sub, and I tell you, if you're Tormenta FC, if you can make it to the first half with the same score right now, because they're under pressure, you got to figure out a way to just not give up a late goal right now in the first half.
So now Taku.
Substitution coming off for the 14, Ryan King. Checking in number 7, Ron Gamora.
With the free kick, Tormenta's defense makes the adjustment. Surprised just a bit to see King go out in this situation. There's a dangerous ball. Tormenta defense able to regroup. Johnny Evans, the midfielder, tries to control.
Right, I'm not sure if he was hurt. It's kind of unusual for you to take a defender this early in the game. Oh, great ball into the space.
Jeremy Booth has been under attack since the opening minutes. He's answered the bell so far for Peachtree City. And now a player down for Tormenta. Official will go to check on him.
There's a foul. That's a yellow as well.
Under the scoreboard in the 40th minute. All Georgia Soccer State under the scoreboard
the recipient this
at
time
the
has got a
40th
yellow.
minute. Thank you.
Now he gives the yellow to the Peachtree forward. Bryson Osher.
Yellow card issued to MOBA number 7, Ron Gamara.
So Gamara issued the yellow here in the 39th minute. Talked about Ayu Sosu many times throughout this first half. Now Tormenta with another opportunity, trying to perhaps tack on a goal here to end the first half. Sosu will be featured in our halftime show here tonight. Look forward to watching that piece, getting to know him a little bit better.
Handball right outside the 18, right on top of the box. Referee does not call it.
They heard the players calling for it.
Once again, your attention, please, fans, all Georgia Soccer State Cup players. Please meet under the scoreboard now. Thank you.
Also going to see all the players honored for the Georgia State Cup this weekend. 52 teams, some of the best in the state and in the entire nation, from the under-13s to the under-19s. Have a chance, Eddie, to go out on the field, be honored. They'll be part of the opening ceremony for them, and what is going to be a busy Saturday and Sunday here in Statesboro. Tormenta with a shot on goal, and this one will sail just past the left corner.
Arslan with a great chance, right about 30 out. He had a couple of options. Decided to go with number 1, long range shot. Doesn't quite spin enough to go for that far post. Overall, Drew, much better from this Tormenta, especially in this first half compared to the last game, of course. We're able to create a lot more chances coming off the bat, of course. Coach Ben, that was the whole philosophy for this first half. Can you get it done? Can you go forward and create some clear chances?
This could be a good one. Reed Norton in the middle of the field. Switches direction. Tried to free himself for the shot. Had a good angle at it for a moment. Now Trenton Whiteley tries to add to that.
Great job by Norton, just going 1-2 right on top of the box. Lets one go with his right foot, even though he's a left-footed player. Ricochet has from one of the defenders.
Still waiting for that first goal in franchise history for Tormenta. Jordan Liu gets it ahead now. Whiteley's going to have another chance from this exact same spot. And now Tormenta will toss it in.
I don't know about you, Drew, but I think I have the feeling that tonight's going to be the night.
All Georgia Soccer State Cup players, please meet under the scoreboard now. Final call.
The way they're playing.
Thank you.
They're creating chances. They're trying to go at him at that attacking third. Tonight's going to be the night. The question is, who is it going to be?
Blackstock sends it. Trying to just get it ahead. Sam Lofts could not catch up to it. So 42nd minute. We'll also, Eddie, have a chance to talk to head coach Ben Freakley at halftime. He'll head down to the field and do the honors from there. Interesting to see what the head coach and general manager has to say after one half of play.
Well, especially, for him, it's been pretty much the way he drew it off on the board. Minus that penalty kick, of course, that they gave up. Fortunately for them, Antoine was on and was able to save it. And pretty much, the number 1 priority for them was to go forward, to create some chances. They've done that.
Now they'll attack from the right side. Casey Schultes. Shot on goal, nearly a handball. Players called for it, no whistle.
Yeah, you're not going to get that type of call, especially late this half. About 3 minutes left in this first half. Plus or minus, of course, compensation time. Peachtree doing a good job just cleaning the ball out of the back, taking their time. They're not completely just putting it. They're still playing out of the back.
Playing in a tight space. And now Tormenta will toss it in. Blackstock has been active in the first half. So has Trenton Whiteley. Seen the usual from Ayo Sosu. Kieran Roberts also getting a few chances. Who have you been most impressed with, though, Eddie, after one half of play? We'll hold that thought as Tormenta tries to get in possession here. Casey Osborne will give it a ride, and that one will sail out of bounds. Back to the question, who has impressed you the most?
I think for me in this first half, who in the first game was a little tentative, but tonight he's been on. Great job defensively out of that center mid, but going forward, he's done a tremendous job just clearing the field in front of him. A couple of great through balls, and he's got a couple of good shots from outside the box. I think he's pretty much been the difference in tonight's game.
Johnny Evans sent it to the right side, and now you see all the gold jerseys fly upfield. Peachtree City wants another chance before the half is through. Gamara. This one put up in the air, and Anton Wyden gets his left hand on it. It is still alive, and we've got contact near the corner.
It doesn't happen too often that Anton misses that ball. He got enough on it just to make good contact and deflect it, but not enough. There was a Peachtree defender just coming out of the back.
Bryson Asher, star of the team for Peachtree City. Wyden scrambling. Tormenta Boy, they were backpedaling that time. Somehow were able to get it out of there, and that was another possession from Peachtree City that easily could have been a goal.
That's right. You can tell the goalkeeper right there just does not like the fact that they're marking the back in the last 2 minutes of the game. It was just so cavalier. You got to make sure that you defend with your life if you have to right now. Not want to go out half time giving up a late goal just because you took 30 seconds off the clock and you forgot about the ball.
So many game-changing goals happen in the final minutes before halftime.
The first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of each half are crucial in any game. That's because you're a little more relaxed. You're not ready. You tend to forget. Oh, you're warmed up.
Goal kick, Peachtree City.
It's saying that if you're not warmed up for the minute one, you're not going to warm up enough. You're always going to be at the mercy of what the other team does. Now on stoppage time, controlled by the referee in the middle. At his discretion.
At about a minute of extra time right now. Sosu gives it a ride for Tormenta. And there will be the final whistle for the first half. An entertaining game so far between arch rivals Peachtree City and Tormenta FC. And a few words also before the half. Got pretty physical on the field in those final minutes. So at the end of one half, 0-0, Tormenta FC and Peachtree City. We're back to Statesboro with our special halftime show right after this.
You see, you wouldn't ask why the roads that grew from the concrete had damaged petals. On the contrary, we would all celebrate its tenacity. Well, we are the roses. These are my damaged petals. Don't ask me why. Ask me how.
Visit Statesboro and stay a while.
Woohoo! Visit Statesboro and learn about life on the farm.
Visit Statesboro, where fun is done.
Visit Statesboro and see what's happening tonight. Woo-hoo!
Woo-hoo!
I'm Philip Irick.
I'm Dr. Tyler Bergner.
I graduated from Ogeechee Technical College, and I'm finishing my bachelor's degree at Georgia Southern University.
I am a resident physician at Memorial University Medical Center. I am OTC.
Every student is unique. Whether you're interested in dual enrollment, an associate degree, or earning credit toward a higher degree, a diploma, or certificate, Ogeechee Tech can help you build a strong foundation for your future. Visit ogeecheetech.edu to find out how you can go anywhere from here.
I'm Cecilia Arango.
I'm Jared Hall.
I'm Jonathan Stalka.
My name is Kathy Liberatore, and this is My Savannah.
This is My Savannah.
And this is My Savannah.
And this is My Savannah.
If I tell them I can...
Tequila Soccer
Here in
Club.
Statesboro at Irk Russell Park, there you see on the field the Georgia State Cup athletes who are in town for the weekend. 52 of the best youth soccer teams in the entire state of Georgia. That gets set to kick off tomorrow. As we're at halftime, 0-0, Tormenta FC taking on Peachtree City, and down on the field, Eddie Rodriguez is with head coach Ben Freakley.
The New York Soccer Association, North Atlanta Soccer Association.
Good final third outcomes. I'm happy that we've had
Southern Soccer Academy. My favorite, Storm Soccer Academy. And the United Football Academy. Georgia Soccer is the authorized state youth and adult association for Georgia within the United States Adult Soccer Association, United States Youth Soccer Association, and through them part of the United States Soccer Federation. Also, Georgia Soccer serves as the official national state association of USSF, making it responsible to act on behalf of the Federation and provide last-minute courses for coaches, certification for coaches and referees. Part of what we do is host a champion every year, and the state cup will be determined this night. In turn, the United States Soccer Federation is the recognized National Soccer Association within FIFA, the worldwide governing body for soccer. Promote, grow, and develop soccer, and tonight I'm very excited to give the microphone to the president of the Georgia Soccer, Suzanne Conlon, for a very special announcement.
We get you back to you.
The Holiday Inn Statesboro is proud to be the official hotel sponsor of Tormenta FC, Statesboro's PDL soccer team. Ideally located near the Georgia Southern soccer fields, the Holiday Inn Statesboro offers comfortable yet deluxe accommodations at an affordable price. The Holiday Inn Statesboro is Statesboro's exclusive full-service hotel, offering a full hot breakfast served daily in our on-site restaurant. Whether you're relaxing in our pool, dining in our on-site restaurant and bar, or just relaxing in your room enjoying our complimentary Wi-Fi, the Holiday Inn Statesboro is the perfect hotel choice.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
You see, you wouldn't ask why the rose that grew from the concrete had damaged petals. On the contrary, we would all celebrate its tenacity. Well, we are the roses. These are my damaged petals. Don't ask me why. Ask me how.
Tied with Peachtree City. This is the very first game between these two arch rivals here in the state of Georgia. Now, Tormenta FC has a roster with players full of great stories. Probably none more interesting than their defenseman, Ayu Sosu.
Congratulations, Mike. What an honor for you.
My name is Ayu Sosu. I'm originally from Togo. It's in West Africa. I moved to Maryland when I was about 11 years old, and I went to Urbana High School. I'm a left back, which is a left defender. My first job is to defend, but then when we're also in attack, I help with the attack as well. After high school, I went over to play at Virginia Military Institute, and Coach Ben was my head coach over there. After college, I graduated in about 2013, After college, I went overseas, played 2 years in Finland, and then in 2014, which was my last professional year, I played with the Rochester Rhinos of the USL. I mean, it's the hardest thing to do, especially with the new team. It's hard, you know. It's hard to get used to one another. Everybody's from all over the place. We're from, you know, different backgrounds. But Coach Ben's been doing a really good job. He brought the system up based on what each and everyone can do. So it's been going really well. The players are really getting acclimated to it, and it's looking good. It's looking good. I've played in a lot of clubs, and they've already had some kind of thing going on already. But just for this being the first year, just starting a new history, new everything. You cannot. There's nothing I can ask better.
Visit Statesboro and stay a while.
Woohoo! Visit Statesboro and learn about life on the farm.
Visit Statesboro, where fun is done.
Visit Statesboro and see what's happening tonight. Woo-hoo!
I'm Philip Irick.
I'm Dr. Tyler Bergner.
I graduated from Ogeechee Technical College, and I'm finishing my bachelor's degree at Georgia Southern University.
I am a resident physician at Memorial University Medical Center. I am OTC.
Every student is unique. Whether you're interested in dual enrollment, an associate degree, or earning credit toward a higher degree, a diploma, or certificate, Ogeechee Tech can help you build a strong foundation for your future. Visit ogeecheetech.edu to find out how you can go anywhere from here.
We get you back to you.
I'm Cecilia Arango.
I'm Jared Hall.
I'm Jonathan Stalkett.
My name is Kathy Liberatore, and this is My Savannah.
This is My Savannah.
And this is My Savannah.
And this is My Savannah.
The Holiday Inn Statesboro is proud to be the official hotel sponsor of Tormenta FC, Statesboro's PDL soccer team. Ideally located near the Georgia Southern soccer fields, the Holiday Inn Statesboro offers comfortable yet deluxe accommodations at an affordable price. The Holiday Inn Statesboro is Statesboro's exclusive full-service hotel, offering a full hot breakfast served daily in our on-site restaurant. Whether you're relaxing in our pool, dining in our on-site restaurant and bar, or just relaxing in your room enjoying our complimentary Wi-Fi, the Holiday Inn Statesboro is the perfect hotel choice.
Statesboro, Georgia, Tormenta FC, all tied up with Peachtree City. No score as Tormenta still looking for their first goal on the season. They came close, had some chances, quality chances from Sam Lofts and also Reed Norton. They got very close to the goal, just could not finish in that final third. But the highlight of the first half for Tormenta was without a doubt the goalkeeper. Anton Wyden went through a sequence in the final minutes of the half where he came up with about 4 big saves in a row to really bail out Tormenta FC. A festive environment it is here tonight. We just had sort of an opening ceremony for the Georgia State Cup weekend. This town is booked this weekend. All the hotels are packed. It is a festive environment here tonight, and this is part of the reason that this Tormenta FC franchise was developed, because the club soccer scene here in South Georgia is simply buzzing. It has been like that over the past few years. Same goes for Peachtree City, as really this is the first of what's going to be just an exceptional rivalry for years to come. Peachtree City, if you're just joining us, has not played a home game so far this season. This their 6th game of the year. Every single game has been played on the road, and they are hanging in there and doing their best with a 1-4-0 mark. Tormenta FC still looking for their first win. Again, In the first week of the season, they tied Tri-Cities. That was a 0-0 score. And then a couple weeks ago against the Carolina Dynamo, a very established team in the PDL. The final score was Carolina 3 and Tormenta FC nothing. So Tormenta still looking for that first goal and still looking for that first win as well. Let's send it down on the field to our soccer expert, Eddie Rodriguez. He's with a special guest. All right, Eddie, thanks so much. And that is a head coach very determined. He said that tonight, the most important night of the season so far for Peachtree City to get a win, critical in the development of this and other team in their inaugural season. So no score, 0-0. Should be an exciting second half from Statesboro. We'll have it when we come back. So this second half should be something to watch. Tormenta FC will now be working right to left, and Peachtree City, working in the gold uniforms, will work from left to right. First ever meeting between these two teams. Exciting also to hear the attendance mark. Last game here at this fabulous facility drew over 3,000 fans. And tonight we have not received that attendance figure so far, but excited to hear what that total is going to be, because the stands that are down on the field behind the goals, they've been packed for most of the night. And we're just about to start the second half of play. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez in the Multimedia Development Center at Georgia Southern University. They have done such a spectacular job with events on campus throughout the season, and Tormenta FC thrilled to have them along for the ride, Eddie, throughout this season, putting together this telecast for everybody.
Bring a jumbotron to the field, so of course, great facility. What can we say about a field that pretty much took anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain before the game? Just if you look at it, nothing on the field, of course. Great facility.
Second half underway. Sam Lofts effective in the first half for Tormenta FC. That one taken away. Johnny Evans, the midfielder, who along with Bryson Asher is expected to lead the charge tonight for Peachtree City, as Peachtree City coming out the aggressor here in the second half. Took them a few minutes to get going in half number one. That shot headed out, and now Peachtree City, the MOBA, will control. Peachtree City wanted to work in groups and be efficient. They were able to do that the final 10 minutes of the first half. Here's another chance. Wyden is on guard, and this will bring out the whistle and a goal kick for Tormenta FC. So a little bit too aggressive that time from MOBA. But how about Anton Wyden? The best saves of the season that we've seen so far. The primary one off a penalty kick in the final minutes of half number one.
And for them, Drew, for the MOBA, it's how can you create chances in the second half without giving anything into that? Of course, they've been on the road every game.
So Tormenta will throw this ball in. Ayo Sosu will handle it right now for the home team. Sosu former player of the Rochester Rhinos of the USL. Tough pass that time as the Peachtree defense was waiting for it. Saw Brahan Gamata, the forward, send it back now. Interesting to see if Tormenta can continue to apply the pressure like they did in the first half and possibly get that first goal of the season. Still waiting for that. This ball sails out of bounds now and it'll belong to Jeremy Booth. So Booth has been impressive tonight for Peachtree City. Under fire since the opening minutes, but he's come up big every time. So far, these two goalies have really put on a show here in Statesboro. Ball sent up in the air now as Tormenta FC with Reed Norton sending it back. A little bit more of a controlled attack. It's intercepted right there. And now Kieran Roberts trying to tee one up. He'll let the shot go, but deflected off the feet of a Peachtree City defender. This one also in the danger zone, but right into the hands of Jeremy Booth.
Oh, no.
So Tormenta once again applying the pressure. Peyton Erickson. Peachtree City attacks from the left side now. Defense for Tormenta scrambling just a bit. That defense has been smothering for most of the night. They have come up big. Gamata tries to settle things. And now in traffic, Asher, the dynamic mid for Peachtree City. Tough ball here. The header on the set piece is just to the right. That's what the MOBA were looking for to get their biggest target and opportunity. Anton Wyden holding up so far in goal for Tormenta FC. Now it's Kieran Roberts, forward out of Radford, inserted into the starting lineup tonight. Tormenta FC will have a throw-in on the far side of the field. Tremendous effort by both of these clubs tonight, and this really has the feel of what is going to be just a dynamic rivalry in years to come. Crowd now getting into it. Tormenta trying to possess and settle things just a bit. Once again, it's Booth. Right now, if you're Tormenta FC, talked about Roberts being inserted into that starting lineup, but they're still trying to get confidence in who is going to be the finisher, who is going to be that final third guy to consistently be a threat on the field. Just get the sense they're still kind of looking for that and waiting for that. It could come at any time. Trenton Whiteley, right side, and now this will belong to Tormenta. Going airborne was Kieran Roberts, and he looks like he's a little bit shaken up. Roberts wants the card, and he may have a case.
That's right, though. Trying to get the ball to Roberts is the key.
So a little discussion down on the field right now. Curious to see what this is all about. But nonetheless, it'll be Ayu Sosu who will tee it up from the right side. Players jockeying for position right now. And there is some big-time physicality going on near the goal. This is a dangerous ball, put in traffic. MOBA able to clear it back out to Arian Blackstock. Seeing a lot of chatter since the beginning. Sam Lofts can't track that one down. Now Peachtree City will rebound and get it going once again.
just cleaning that area, adding a little bit of danger from the back.
Now it's Gamada, Peachtree City, possessing. And so far, both teams at a dead even heat here in the second half. The only thing that hasn't happened is a goal on both sides.
One of the differences that at halftime, Peachtree came back, just knocking the ball around, making some runs out of the back. You can tell that halftime speech really worked for them. Tormenta, they just came back a little bit flat. That penalty kick late in the first half just affected them. But however, you mentioned early in the second half, they got to figure out a way to find Roberts. That is the key for Tormenta FC. He's bet that number 9. But of course, you got to find him. You got to find him early, make some runs out of the back, outside players. And that's how they were able to get some clear chances in the first half. Second half, not so much.
Tormenta has weathered the storm from Peachtree City so far. That pass a little bit behind, but the home team able to keep the advantage. Chad Arslan lost it as he tried to get into that final third.
You can tell how much longer the Tormenta players are holding the ball. They're not doing that triangulation early. 1-2, play the ball out wide, and you can tell the referee's going to have a little chat. That number 18 from Peachtree, Casey Schultes.
And as this game goes along, we're just seeing more and more contact. Ball near the goal. Nobody is there for Tormenta.
The key for this game, Drew, is going to be who's going to have the legs to keep playing this tempo. We're going to start seeing some players coming off the bench. Attention to detail when it comes down to the tactical aspect of the game. Too much running now, not enough touching on the ball.
Gamada. Well, interesting you say that, Eddie, when you talk about running. Coach Ben Freakley telling us he told his team the last 2 weeks, tonight we want to run like something is going to happen. And we've seen them do that throughout the night. Much more of a sense of urgency. Lorenzano sends it, but nobody is home on the cross. But in fact, he said it, Eddie, he said, run like something's happening. Make believe that we're in a restaurant and somebody kneels down in a crowded restaurant and people start to scatter. That's how we want to run towards the goal tonight. Kind of an interesting analogy there.
And he means by that is that if you have a player going down the flank, down the line, make runs near post, expect the ball to be there, whether the ball's actually there or not. That's not your problem, that's not your fault, but you have to do your job, meaning you got to make a run near post, far post, and somewhere in the middle. And of course, when you look at players like number 44 right here.
Sosu with a perfect ball. Roberts is there in the box, but called for the offside.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. His job is to serve the ball to the far post, get the ball, make sure somebody's making a run, and that's how you're going to create chances.
Where was the breakdown there, Eddie? On the passer or on the finisher?
On the finisher. It was a nice driven ball, a little bit late. Once again, when you're the forward, you got to make your runs a little bit sharper. Either you go near post, either you go far post, or you're hanging in the back for the rebound. And that's what Ben was talking about. Expect that something's going to happen. Make some runs like if something was about to happen.
Well, a lot has happened tonight. Everything except points. Both teams looking for that first opportunity.
And the difference is now you see north and south type of running, where you should be side to side, keeping the ball, using that width, so then you can create some space behind the ball. Right now you can see how much the game it's stretched out, and now you see a huge lake in the middle.
Peachtree City does have a little bit more room to operate. You get the sense in the second half. Part of that, tired legs. As
Absolutely.
The game goes on, definitely stamina becomes a factor.
And the more the game goes on, they're going to have a little more room, and you cannot afford to give more room, as you mentioned. That's a great point you bring up, because if you give him space, you're going to give him time. Penalty.
Dragged down right there. Trying to keep the play alive is Whiteley. No whistle, probably should have been one. Nearly teed one up there. Tormenta still battling for it. And we've got a couple holds back-to-back as our official steps in.
Sam Loves with that volley that he missed. Handball, referee doesn't call it. And here we are with another yellow card. Now this time issue to Trenton Wiley.
Yellow card issues to
So Trenton Whiteley, the defender from Mercer, another player that did not start a couple weeks ago, but does get the start tonight. Coach Freakley going with an entirely different lineup, Eddie, and so far I think that it has worked. The players have responded to him challenging his team.
Absolutely, it has worked, and you know, the marker of that, look how many shots they've had, how many clear chances. You know, we talked about we're just expecting that goal, that last touch in the attacking third. That's just going to come with time and discipline, but they're doing a much better job attacking, especially out of the back.
Norton sends it over. Whiteley takes his time. The shot on goal, and going high up to get it was Jeremy Booth.
Jad Arslan not able to climb the ladder and get up. Good service, though, to the far post. And once again, Tormenta knocking on the door. You got to just keep on going. Play the ball on the ground. Play near post. Just have some variables and have some different chances from different angles.
You're watching Friday night action here in the PDL. Drew Felios, Mundo Rodriguez, and the entire multimedia crew from Georgia Southern University. Tormenta FC in the navy blue, Peachtree City in the gold. Tormenta with another scoring chance. Right side now, Kieran Roberts trying to catch up to it. Doesn't have the angle, and Peachtree City has help there to clear.
Great job by Reed Norton, though. He takes two players on, plays the ball out wide by Kieran Roberts, who didn't quite have the angle. I would have liked to see him trap the ball, look up, and then play the ball diagonally. He tried to play that ball first time, not quite all the way to the far post. But once again, you can take Tormenta's finally putting 2 and 3 together, getting to the end line. I like to see that chance just finish. Even if you take a shot, it goes wide, you always want to finish in a shot.
Kamada now settling things for Peachtree City. Peachtree City playing double the amount of soccer so far this season. Then Tormenta FC, this is the 6th game for the visitors, the home team, in only their 3rd contest. So when you get the sense of identity and knowing who you are, advantage tonight, Peachtree City.
Absolutely, you can tell the ball, the way they knock the ball around, you can tell they've had a lot more minutes than Tormenta. A young team that's finally coming around and they're getting their identity, this only being their 2nd home game. And of course, as we've been talking about it, a whole new team pretty much. As opposed to 3-4 players who started the first home game here. A totally new team, and they're finally coming around. And of course, it's going to be a matter of, can you gel together? What's going to be the right combination? Great ball into the space here. Roberts in the box.
Kieran Roberts trying to get the angle. Oh, the final third nearly finished that time. Again, Tormenta FC just inches from a goal.
And that is the difference between the team today from the team of last week. They're creating chances, great 1-2s. Robert goes down the line, just a near miss, but he played a great ball into the near post. He also had another player on the far post. Those are the 2 choices you want to have when you're crossing the ball.
Now toss it in from the far side, 61st minute. Ball lost that time, and it will wind up in the possession of Bryson Asher. Asher dodging defenders as the ball rolls out of bounds.
That's another player, Drew, that's made the difference today, Roberts. He's done a great job. Kieran Roberts on number 7, playing like a traditional number 9, posting up. He's been a lot more available. He checks to the ball. He holds onto the ball, and he's been going down the line, getting a couple of good crosses. That's what you expect out of your number 9.
And speaking of number 9, Nikolai Hammer, the player who was benched tonight in favor of Kieran Roberts. We have not called his name yet because he has not played, but you get the sense at some point in this game, Nikolai Hammer will enter the game, and he is always a big target and a threat to score. Here's a tough ball here. Peachtree City just had one guy, and that was it, Ian Smith, and just got the sense that he panicked just a bit, being outnumbered.
Great ball into the space. Ian Smith tried to one-time in right over the goal, and I tell you what, that's a very difficult ball to flick. The ball's come with a spin. It bounced, and of course, he should have hit that ball with the outside of his right foot.
Another one that rolls the length of the field. But still, as we said, Eddie, Nikolai Hammer not a factor last week or a couple weeks ago against Carolina, but if he enters the game here with a lot of players fatigued on the field, that could be the perfect time to set up the hammer.
Absolutely. A lot of the times, Drew, you come off the bench and you can very well be the hero. Of course, a player like him who's used to scoring goals, a graduate of University of Tampa, a Spartan, he knows how to score goals. So today could be the game where he comes off the bench and just put one in the back of the net for his team. Of course, having the advantage that he would come off the bench just fresh. Last time he kind of struggled a little bit physically. He played about 60 minutes before he was taken out. Of course, the choices as a coach right now, Drew, is whether you play defensively, you would, of course, get a defender for another defender if you want to just stay home. Or when you want to gamble the last 10 minutes of the game, you can take a defender out, go 3 in the back, throw an extra forward, and try to push the lines.
Peachtree City not had many scoring chances over the past 10 minutes. Tormenta's defense has really silenced the visitors. 64th minute now. About 25 to go here in Statesboro. We're still scoreless after a 90-minute weather delay. Got started in this one close to 9 o'clock, so definitely going to be a late finish here tonight, but we've seen entertaining soccer from the start.
That's a bad tackle right there. Just a late challenge. Referee doesn't pull the card, but that's a number 11, Nico Rittmeyer, just with a late challenge, late tackle.
Taku in the midfield, very skilled player for the MOBA. Now Casey Schultes, the shot just a little bit high, but he has got a dynamic right foot. Wyden did not have to go up and get it.
Yeah, you can tell the way he trapped the ball was spinning away from his right foot. By the time he hit the ball, he was reaching for the ball. Therefore, he was leaning back, and in turn is going to propel you to get under the ball and put the ball over. You want to lean into the ball, put your head down to drive the ball to make sure the ball does not go above the bar.
So 2/3 into this game, Eddie. If you were to give a report card for Tormenta FC, team only playing its 3rd game in franchise history, I would say the improvement from week 2 to tonight, it has been exponential. It has been outstanding.
I would have to agree with you. However, we don't play, 3 quarters here. We got to finish it. We got plenty of time. And I think Coach Ben Fruley is the type of coach who loves to go forward, just very dynamic. So I would expect for him to bring a couple of forwards and try to finish this off. You're right. It's been a really good game just because of the way they played, chances-wise. Now, they gave up a penalty kick. You could have said maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Oh, this is not a good sign here.
Oh, that's Sosu. That's a yellow card.
He might have had a yellow already, though. The first half? Hopefully not.
Well, he did help the player up. Remember, in the first half, he was not issued one. Nearly was, and that would not have been good for Tormenta.
No, because that would have put his team in a bad spot, leaving them with 10 players. But you're right, though. Defensively, other than that penalty kick they gave up, and of course, Mr. White and Anton coming up huge in goal for Tormenta. Other than that, they play a pretty solid game, so you would definitely have to agree that they've done a much better job than the first game.
Gamata will give it a ride, and now several substitutes entering the game for Peachtree City. So head coach Jordan David has decided that now the 67th minute is the time to get fresh legs.
Well, I'll tell you, that's right around the time where players start experiencing fatigue, heavy legs.
And interesting to see how much Ben Freakley counters for Tormenta. Will he go to his bench heavily as well? Remember, we're still awaiting Nikolai Hammer to make an appearance in this game.
I think you almost have to. I mean, we talk about the conditions of the field. It's wet. It's a huge field. 120 by 80. So if you want to keep up, if you want to match up the intensity of the Peachtree team, you're going to have to make some subs.
Lorenzano puts it up. Nearly a goal, and there you go. Peachtree City gets one on the board as Ian Smith, right place, right time. It's 1-0.
Not the right time to give up a goal. You and I talked about just right around the 67th minute when you're still feeling the heavy legs. Just a cross to trickle around. And the forward from Peachtree just found it. Ian Smith finds the ball right around the penalty spot for basically what it is, just a tap in, Drew. Didn't put a lot into it, but he didn't have to. The ball was just bouncing right there. He found it. He was able to redirect the ball.
Well, just moments after the line change for the MOBA. The goal registered in the 68th minute for Peachtree City at the hands of Ian Smith. So now Tormenta is going to have to rebound here. Still plenty of soccer, over 22 minutes of it throughout the rest of the way. And they've got to somehow figure out how to tie this game up.
Well, this is really now where you got to make a sub. You got to go forward because, you know what, it doesn't matter whether you lose by 1, 2, or 3. So at some point in the next few minutes, you're going to have to either take on a defender or a midfielder and try to go with an extra forward, trying to tie it up and equalize this game. As you mentioned, there's still plenty of time in this game.
Just about to ask you, only down 1-0. Any adjustments you would make if you were Ben Freakley in this situation?
Well, the concern is it too soon to make that sub, right? Because at the same time, if you make that sub, get rid of a defender, and all of a sudden you concede the second goal, then you pretty much shot yourself in the foot. So the trick part is you want to make sure you give yourself enough time, and you also want to make sure that you're not going too early, and then you can't keep up with the tempo of the game.
MOBA looking fresh, looking confident at the moment. Lorenzano near side. Gamata now will get it ahead. And winning the battle that time, Peyton Erickson. He'll track it down for Tormenta.
Yeah, great job by Erickson, just imposing that physicality in the back. Just a little check with the shoulder.
Sosu wins the ball. This is why he is on the field for Tormenta. Now facing a triple team, sends it back out. Jad Arslan will settle things for Tormenta. And let's see where the attack will come from. Rittmeyer. Coach Freakley emphasizing attacking with purpose, sending it into danger zones. Sosu will try and do that right now. Little hesitation and a ball that gets cut off.
Yeah, the ball has to be driven to the far post. Doesn't quite put enough muster. The ball gets cut up, and watch this. Now here comes the counter. And you can tell the Tormenta players just do not have the legs, especially in the middle of the field, just to spring back.
Here comes Roberts, though. Kieran Roberts has waited a long time for a chance, trying to shake free. Great save. Jeremy Booth on the dive.
Great idea by Roberts. Takes one on right on top of the 18. Goes to the right side, putting the ball to the far post. Look at that. It goes to the right. He was looking to that far post. The goalkeeper, Booth, just lays down enough to grab the ball and kill a few seconds of the clock here.
MOBA will attack from the right. Gamata will hold things up. Will await some help. Sosu chasing him down. Nick Spielman, defenseman who is also coming to the game for Peachtree City. He wears number 4. 1-0 lead for the visitors. And a goal just coming a few minutes ago by Ian Smith to change the complexion of this game. Peachtree City now, Eddie, you just get the sense that if they don't score, it's okay. We want to possess, we want to control the tempo right now.
You're absolutely right. Now the expectations for them totally changes. You're up in the score. You don't have to go forward. So now you can afford to sit back, take the time, and of course you want to force Tormenta to come out. All they're going to do is swing, just switch the point of attack in that, in that flat back four system. When it's on, they're going to go forward. But if it's not, they're just going to stay home.
Tormenta FC would like to thank its corporate partners, Eagle Creek Brewing Company, the Georgia Army National Guard, James Griff Shack, and South Magazine.
73rd minute. Fans still awaiting the very first score for Tormenta. Ayu Sosu, very active tonight. You had a chance to watch him at halftime. Trying to get Tormenta rolling here. Second time his pass has been cut off. Same situation. Ian Smith answering for MOBA.
But look at that, though. I like the fact that he got on his horse and tried to get back defensively.
Left-footed strike right into the midst of Wyden.
I can see in that far distance, Coach Ben is probably going to wait till the 75th minute to bring in the hammer. Right around the 15th minute mark to give him enough time. It usually takes, Drew, anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes for you to get used to the tempo of the game. So you want to make sure that whoever you bring in, you give him enough time so he can get adjusted to the game.
Officials wanted a handball, and there is a blatant shove. But they're going to make Peachtree City back up. So a little frustration there from Jad Arslan trying to create a little space.
Absolutely. Jad is like, hey, I want my 10 yards right now, and I'm going to take them. Of course, for them, time is of the essence for Tormenta players. Want to make sure they put the ball in play, hurry up, and deliver a good ball.
And a hand in the back results in a whistle, so it'll go over to Peachtree City. Eddie, what went wrong there?
The whole entire stadium saw that push from behind. And of course, when you're late, you cannot do that because you have linesmen. Of course, you have the referee right there. And look what happens. You give the other team at least a minute to kill off the clock. So if you're going to challenge, get up and challenge, but you cannot be that obvious like pushing from behind.
First ever meeting between two expansion teams, Peachtree City and Tormenta, as we've just been handed the attendance figure, 2,761. So just shy of the 3,000 mark, but still a fabulous crowd here tonight, and it came after experiencing a 90-minute weather delay. So Eddie, everybody stuck around for what has been a great game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Drew, the town has definitely done their part, their job. They keep coming in, by the hundreds. And of course, just when you thought that because of the rain delay, some people were going to go home and not attend the game, that's not the case. We had 3,000 the first game, 2,700. Of course, what a great atmosphere here. And, this as a player makes you want to play. We just hope a little bit of that will run off on the players and just, get it done the last few minutes as we see the first sub here. I think the hammer's coming in to go play on top.
And you see him come off the bench there. Just to add more to that, Eddie, the owners of this club, Darren Van Tassel and Jeremy Avon, just done a spectacular job getting the city, local government behind this franchise. Even though they're in their first year, this is going to be a model franchise in the PDL for years to come.
Absolutely. And the sub happened as I suggested. Number 14, Jordan Liu, the center back, comes out for one forward. And of course, that's the hammer. That number 9 playing on top. So now they're going to go with 3 forwards on top, trying to get that equalizer.
Asher's been pesky all night. Daniel Jota just kind of tosses him aside, but the official unfortunately saw it.
But you're right, Drew, the professionalism of this front office. And, you talk about the whole town, as you and I call it, Happyville. Every time we come in town, people are so pumped about this new team, this new franchise. It just, you can't stop and think, this is truly the model for the future to come for some of these PDL teams.
Nikolai Hammer stealing it away there. You get the sense he wants to make something happen. Tormenta with a chance, and just off as Nico Rittmeyer shook free in between 2 defenders, just could not lay the boot into it.
What a great ball right there by the Hammer. Nico just one-on-one right as he was going to take that left-footed shot. Hesitated a little bit. By the time he pulled the trigger, he slipped down the line. Defender from Peachtree, all he was doing, just standing on the side. Lost his angle pretty quick. He could have pulled the trigger. He could have gone far post in the first chance he had with a left foot. Not his good leg, of course.
And a reminder to young soccer players, Eddie, it's always great when you can use both your feet, isn't it?
And that's the importance when you're playing youth soccer, you know, the 8, 9, 10, 11 years of age. That's when you want to make sure that your coach tells you about playing both feet, right foot, left foot. And then this is what you get to see it at the next level when somebody has to turn their whole entire body because they can't use that left foot. Perfect example, great tutorial by you, by the way. So you've been catching up. That's what happens.
Well, I know we've done games, Eddie, with teams all over the world, and the best teams, the best players, and the teams internationally that we see year in and year out at Disney World. You see players with that type of skill that are able to play with both feet consistently.
Oh, and they do it so quick, right? Somebody else at the highest level would have been just toe-poke that ball to the far post, and you and I would have been, you know, singing the first goal for Tormenta FC.
All is not lost just yet. 79th minute. But it is getting down to the stretch run for Tormenta. Battling for every possession here. Ian Smith scored the lone goal for Peachtree, and he's attacking once again. This ball, though, was cut off as Arian Blackstock has been active on defense for Tormenta from the start.
And you can tell ever since Hammer came in, the team a little more dynamic, a little more speed. And of course, there's that big lake in the middle.
This ball sent right into the hands of Jeremy Booth.
There's one thing to be direct, and there's another one to be way too direct. You don't have to go right away. You're still 10 minutes plus about 12-minute mark, so it's not time to panic yet. You want to go forward, but at the same time, you want to be able to do it with composure. Keep the ball. Make sure that if you're going to go forward, it's a clear chance.
It's really a fine line in soccer.
Absolutely.
Between patience and persistence, isn't it?
Well, you and I talk about the difference between just, you know, dumping the ball, just kicking that up in the air and see what happens, or playing the ball with an advantage to your forward, right? With a good driven ball into space to somebody's feet, huge difference.
Iososu playing catch now with Jan Arslan. Arslan will reset. Rittmeyer has had a few chances tonight for Tormenta FC. He sends it to the right side, and that's where the attack will come from now. Left foot. This one's going to be kicked out. Tormenta still trying to make something of this possession. Rittmeyer once again. Now from the far right corner, trying to get it in position. Asher takes care of that one.
Yes, he took way too long. As soon as you get rid of the first defender, you got to send the ball in, but it's got to be a quality ball once again. If your delivery's not there, Drew, and all of a sudden you send 7 players, you're wasting those 7 players going in the box because you're going to lose the ball. Now you're -7 on that counterattack.
Well, it's a very humid night tonight. You see fans enjoying it, and they have been absolutely great. But as this game has gone along, as humid as it is, there's going to be some cramping, and that appears to be the case right now for Peachtree City.
Just to give you some numbers, some idea, Drew, you lose anywhere from around 6 to 8 or 9 pounds of just water right now on sweat when you talk about the humidity tonight. So when you see some of these players that have been playing, you know, right now 80 plus with warm-up, it takes a toll on you, especially if you haven't come off, especially if you haven't been sub. So hopefully you were hydrating all day today before you got to the stadium. And of course, as you know, because you're becoming a student of the game, the average mileage by a center mid is anywhere from 7 to 9 miles of distance covered by a center mid. So you can imagine, you know, and these aren't just jogging miles. You're talking about sprint and go, which of course it takes a lot more out of you when it comes down to the depletion of, you know, not only carbohydrates and of course fluids.
Well, you played several positions, Eddie, at the youth level, college and pro level. Was that the toughest position for you to play?
Absolutely. Center mid, Actually, outside midfielders, you do a lot of running as well. The problem with playing outside mid, half of the time you don't get the ball, but you still have to run. Offensively, get to the 18. Defensively, get to the other 18. So that's what we call that position. You got to go from 18 to 18 nonstop, and you got to have the ability to recover, make some runs, quality crosses.
Kamada sends it out. Peachtree City with the mentality right now of possess and make Tormenta chase. They're doing that effectively at this moment.
Absolutely right, and then they're going to do that any chance they get. They're going to dive. They're going to try to shave a few seconds off the clock every single time, and as you know, they all add up.
Clock right now on the visitor side with a 1-0 lead. Drew Felios and Eddie Rodriguez, great to have you with us tonight on this rivalry Friday night. Tormenta FC and Peachtree City, two brand new organizations in the PDL. This ball will sail into the goal as Wyden is waiting for it. So if you are Tormenta right now, and we're approaching that time, Eddie, where it's not desperation time just yet, but we're getting there. Where do you try and attack?
You got to be able to keep possession out of the back, find forwards' feet on the ground. You don't want to put it in the air. Anytime you put the ball in the air, it's a 50-50, divided ball that goes to no one. So advantage to the defenders because it's a lot easier to disrupt than to build. So you want to keep the ball. You want to create numbers, 1-2s like they're doing now, and trying to find a penetrating run.
Hammer, nice pass to that right side. Rittmeyer's going to try and do something with it. On the cross, did not have a teammate there with him, and now it's sent back out, but Tormenta still can threaten.
That was a good idea, but the ball's got to be driven. If you're going to hit that ball, hit the ball as hard as you can on the ground, and hopefully it'll find...
Long shot there, sailing to the right, and not a bad idea.
Good idea by Nico Rittmeyer. He's been on ever since he came on. You can tell, always looking for the ball, caught the ball to the outside, and he was looking for that in-swing or near post. But he's done a good job, though, checking. Always looking for the ball, always trying to get the ball. And if he doesn't have it, he's trying to get it back.
Jeremy Booth has dodged several bullets here tonight. This would be a huge win for Peachtree City. Hammer able to win that ball there. Nikolai has been very active since coming into the game. Now Sosu runs up to get it. And Peachtree City able to clear just in time. If Sosu comes away with that ball, it is big-time trouble.
Big time. Great job by Salomon Lorenzano, the right fullback from Peachtree. And all he did, just teed it up and just clear that ball. At this point, just get rid of the ball. You don't have to be precise.
This is Daniel Jota, midfielder out of Marshall. Jota making it happen. The cross into traffic.
That ball could have been played to the far post. Great run, however, and here comes the counter.
Ian Smith all alone, waiting for help. Will take it into the corner, and the ball will be kicked out by Tormenta.
What a smart player. He had no choices. He went over to the corner. He's looking to get that throw in. Hopefully that corner kick, and he does that. So once again, he goes to the longest part of the field, therefore shaving some time off the clock, and now he gains that throw in. And now watch, all the players from Peachtree are walking to get the ball. Once again, trying to pretty much just finish that time, that clock.
Under 5 minutes of regulation now. And both teams a little bit winded at this point. Very humid field.
You know, Drew, you talk about both teams being exhausted. I got to tell you, it's a lot easier to be tired when you're winning 1-0, knowing that all you got to do is hold on the team for another 5 minutes and you will get the 3 points. When you're on the other side, it's a lot harder knowing that you're exhausted and you're still going to try to get some legs to try to go forward and try to equalize the game.
Triangle now played by Tormenta. They'll send it upfield, trying to get numbers in that direction. There's Nikolai Hammer, shoved but able to keep possession. There's the final third try, that they're looking for, and it has just been a hair from really blowing up here tonight. They've had so many chances.
Great ball right here by Hammer, and it's such a difficult ball for you to one-time that. That ball should have been brought down to the right foot and then try to hit that, to the second post. It is just so hard to time it correctly, as you mentioned. And of course, it comes off the outside of your right foot, not able to get all of it. You're right to expand just a little touch at the end. The precision, what we call that last touch in the attacking third, ever so elusive, right?
And Eddie, I assume the only way to fix that, to make it happen, is just to keep trying. Do not lose confidence.
Just keep on going, and you wait for, a good bounce, a little bit of a lucky bounce, if you will, or just striking the ball right place, right time.
Rittmeyer sends it back out. Now the cross, and we've kind of seen the same story on that play where they'll try and send it to the middle, but nobody is home.
Yeah, there's nobody there because now you have that huge gap once again in the middle. Look at this great tackle, getting all ball. But you're right, though, that gap, now there's more space because both teams are so stretched out. So now you have those, spaces in the middle. The question is, can you keep the ball? Can you, find the 1-2 combinations with your players, with your teammates, and can you get to the end line?
Now to under 2 minutes of regulation. Every touch now becomes critical. Tormenta trying to avoid going 0-2-1 on the season. Well, we'll take a little extra time to throw that one in. And now Tormenta will be awarded the ball. So you got to figure, if you're the home team, you got maybe 1 to 2 chances left. That's going to be it. You got to make it count here.
I think they'll have one clear chance, and the question is, can they take care of it?
Nikolai Hammer gives it a ride with the left foot. Sosu comes up. He goes to the deck. Now Arslan looking for the call. Not going to get it.
John Arslan just a little dive right around the 30-yard line. The referee close enough. He says no.
Crowd wanted it that time as well. Rittmeyer's in position. The Hammer tries to go get it. Rittmeyer. A whistle.
And once again, you can tell that push right there in the box. Not what you want to do. And watch the replay. So obvious right there. You still have a chance. And by pushing the player just completely that's just not good soccer right there. Keep your head in the game. You still have a chance. It's so obvious. You push the play from behind, and look what happens. Now they kill the clock, and now you're going on a minute and a half that they just gave up. And that, Drew, right there, that's the inexperience of a player, letting your emotions take the best out of you. Keep your head in the game. You fight till the end, but you fight clean.
So definitely a moment that Tormenta will learn from. In the 90th minute, another chance that could have equalized this game. Instead, they come up just short. And now, just seconds away, Jad Arslan tries to send it upfield.
And of course, that's what we call tactical discipline. Can you stay within the tactics of the game, keep your head in the game, and help your team? And in that case, of course, you're hurting your team.
Ayo Sosu trying to make some magic here. Sosu, can he split the defense? That pass taken away again. Sosu done a good job getting it upfield, but Eddie, that final pass to try and get it in the danger zone has been intercepted at least 3 times.
Yeah, especially for him. He's having a tough time with that decision in the attacking third. Does a good job getting around the defender, but once he gets there, it's just the vision gets a little blurry, and he's not able to connect that. And of course, Drew, that's the most important pass right there. Whether you play the penetrating run or you hit the ball to the far post, it's got to be a quality ball, though.
Jeremy Booth will take his time here. A 1-0 lead in extra time.
And of course, a reminder now the time is being kept by the referee. We see him signaling to his 4th official. As the clock continues on, he's got the actual time for stoppage time.
Stay tuned immediately following the game. We'll hopefully hear from head coach Ben Freakley. A short wrap post-game show to put this third game of the year for Tormenta in perspective. Peyton Erickson.
Here comes the counter.
Ian Smith, just wide.
Good chance for Smith. He had a chance to touch the ball right around the 18.
Erickson, teammates calling for it. MOBA doing just enough to hang on. And now numbers the other way.
Long driven ball, looking for the two forwards on top.
Sosu tried to catch up to it. Jeremy Booth, and that will do it. So the effort was there for Tormenta FC. The execution just a little bit off, and Eddie, the result, a 1-0 setback to their brand new arch rival, Peachtree City.
Yeah, once again, as you mentioned, the delivery wasn't there. The effort, of course, it was. You talk about 92 plus minutes of, really fought soccer. They gave up one, and a lot of the times that's all it takes, one moment of, just not paying attention, and then you lose the game.
So there you see our final score. Peachtree City 1, Tormenta FC 0. We thank you so much for joining us over the past few hours. For Mundo Rodriguez and our entire crew here in Statesboro, I'm Drew Felios. Thank you so much for watching Tormenta FC Soccer right here in the PDL.